Okay, I'm gonna explain the somewhat so far full timeline and story of the game more people watch than actually play themselves. Now, I just want to say ahead of time, most of this is just theories and speculation. My main sources of info will be coming from the games themselves and videos from YouTube users, the game theorists, and Smike, plus my own theories. So, let's begin. It all starts in Fredbear's family diner, a small place where you get food served by a yellow animatronic known as Fredbear. However, one day there was a birthday. While Fredbear was serving cake, outside a small child was crying to be let in, when suddenly a purple man drove up and killed the kid. Its tear-stained face full of sorrow, it possessed the puppet wearing a mask that belongs to the diner. The kid's body was found and Fredbear's diner was blamed. However, it was later bought by Fazbear Entertainment, who later reopened Fredbear's diner as a new pizzeria known as Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Hang on, it's the place from the first game, but just let me finish, you'll see what I mean. Fredbear had been replaced with 4 new animatronics: Freddy Fazbear, brown version of Fredbear, Bonnie Bunny, Chica the Chicken, and the internet's favorite Foxy the Pirate. Fredbear had been discarded and left in the back as spare parts, and the active animatronics, Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie, sing on stage while Foxy runs from Pirate's Cove to greet the little kids. And the puppet, oh, he was there alright. Alas, one night, someone, possibly a former employee, stole Fredbear's suit, and wearing it, lured 5 children into the back of the place and killed them. However, someone was tracked to their house and arrested. First to see the bodies was Foxy, just as the purple man escaped. Finding their remains, the puppet stuffed them into the animatronics. Over a short time, customers noticed something was wrong. They described a foul odor from the suits that were like rotting and reincarnated corpses, till eventually they noticed blood and mucus coming from the eyes and mouths. The place was shut down due to sanitation issues. The animatronics were opened up and the bodies were removed. This was kept quiet and rumored that the kids were never found. Who knows how many years later, it was reopened at a new location. The animatronics were retrofitted with newer technology. However, it was hard doing so. The solution was to make entirely new animatronics, ones with a more modern look and more kid-friendly. The owners spent a fortune on the new animatronics. They had facial recognition and are hooked into a police database to identify anyone likely to harm more kids. And finally, on the 11th of something, or the other way around depending on where you live, 1987, Freddy Fazbear's new and improved pizzeria was open for business. The discarded animatronics were left in parts and services room as spare parts, while the new ones, toy models of Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, took to the stage. Toy Foxy was kept in Kids Cove to entertain the toddlers. A new-faced balloon boy gives out balloons in the prize corner. The puppet is kept with its mask newly painted to match a new style. It gives gifts to the kids. And as the first week progressed, things went generally well. The kids seemed happy, making drawings and etc. The littlies couldn't keep their hands to themselves. The staff had to put Foxy back together every shift, eventually leaving him there as a take-apart attraction. And the other animatronics were able to walk around the place. But at night, however, something was wrong. Very wrong. The night guard had reported the animatronics wandering around and trying to get into his office. And not just that, the old deactivated ones had been moving too. He was then at the end of the week moved to the day shift.
The first guy finished his week but complained about conditions. We switched him over to the day shift. So, hey, lucky you, right? Mainly he expressed concern that certain characters seemed to move around at night and even attempted to get into his office.
Was it a job of a hacker or something else? And that's when the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 takes place. Jeremy Fitzgerald takes the job as night guard. Unaware he has to survive 5 haunted animatronics and another 5 programmed to attack prey. Night 1, 12 AM, another employee, to us known as Phone Guy, informs Jeremy about the current situation. And, as we all know, the game begins. You keep a music box wound, and use an empty Freddy head to fool the animatronics when they arrive in the office. But Phone Guy admits he doesn't like the puppet and its thinking.
I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere.
But for an unexplained reason, on night 4, he mentions that the animatronics act fine around kids, but adults, they just stare. Night 5, Phone Guy mentions the building is on lockdown, and former employees aren't allowed in or out, and that Jeremy would be moved to the day shift. Night 6, Phone Guy seems much more shocked and, well, I think you should listen for yourself.
Hello? What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay? For now, just make it through the night. When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself. Okay, good night and good luck.
He mentions someone used a suit, a yellow one, now none of them are acting right, and that he'd be starting to take the night shifts himself. The following day, on the day shift, something went terribly wrong. The Mangle jumped onto the ceiling and dived down, biting off someone's frontal lobe. It's unclear who got the bite. It might have been a kid, an adult, or even Jeremy, who was on the day shift at the time. Luckily, whoever it was survived. And so, as quoted in the news, after only a few short weeks, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is closing its doors. The new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of a possible reorganization of the company. It's a minor setback. We are confident that we will reopen someday, even if it is with a smaller budget. CEO, Fazbear Entertainment. And so it did, eventually returning to the previous location from when the 5 kids went missing. The animatronics, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy were repaired, had replacement endoskeleton, new parts, with some modifications to the suit, including replacement heads, because the old ones were just ugly.
They even started retrofitting them with some of the newer technology, but they were just so ugly, you know? And the smell.
And Fredbear, aka Golden Freddy, well, who knows, maybe he became a ghost. And the puppet? Yeah, he's still there. It was set up back as it used to be. Now the events of the first game take place. 1993, someone by the name of Mike Smith, that's how you say it, found an ad in the newspaper asking for the position of night guard. It seemed that Phone Guy had finished the previous week, and on each night had left instructions for the next night guard, in this case, Mike. As for each night of the week, Mike sat in an office constantly checking the security feed and opening and closing the doors. But now and then the puppet, who kept hidden in the shadows, taunted Mike by putting pictures in his head, changing the posters, and news clippings. And at some point bringing Fredbear, as we all know now as Golden Freddy, to play. And all while saying, "It's me, it's me, it's me." Mike survived the whole week, but as it progressed, something was odd. Bonnie and Chica's head kept twitching while making human-like breathing and rasping noises. On night 4, Phone Guy was having issues. As heard in the recordings, Foxy was banging on the door. As the power went out, Freddy played his song while Bonnie and Chica made their rasping sounds, and then static. The following night, the message was not from Phone Guy. Instead, it was a low, groaning sort of electric voice. In actual fact, it's a quote from a paragraph explaining that even metals can have life forces. Backwards. After getting paid, Mike stayed an extra night overtime. Now it's cloudy where this fits in, but at some point, the other animatronics seem to distrust Freddy, staring at him with blank eyes. And then Golden Freddy and the puppet appear. Well, that's all. I've covered everything I could, leaving out the bonus animatronics from the second game, and the Seventh Nights, because I couldn't figure out what to do with them. And also, we still have more sequels coming. The third game has been confirmed. So, until then, stay tuned, stay awesome, but don't forget, it's me. It's me. It's me! I'm still here. Wah, huh?